Greetings. Cup in the morning. Wonderful. It's the simple things in life, people. It's the simple things in life that make life so nice. How y'all coming along today? Or tonight, whenever you see this. I hope it's good. Just going to share a couple of minutes with you and just kind of riff on what's on my mind, since that's what I do. So, thank you for, again, the feedback and the comments. Glad to see that folks are interested in my back catalog. I'll agree with the comment about the movie Life After X. I was not at all... Jim, I know you watched this. The person that made the film, Life After X. Jim tried really hard to make a decent film, but the best part of it for me was making the music. So I'm glad that some of you folks are still interested in that music. Let me get another sip of coffee. Yes, this is literally you sitting wherever you are, with me sitting in my home in the morning. If I were able to, the camera won't reach, but I try to show you out the window. The sun is coming up, peeking in through the blinds. I love this time of the morning, as well as the afternoon, around just as the sun is starting to approach sunset. I love those times of day. Magical. So, I have some records sitting down here. I played some music yesterday. Oh, I also was in the studio yesterday with my horn players, with Blake and James. And I'm happy to say that we got a track done. We had gone in before and tried to do these horn parts, and it didn't work. Yesterday it worked beautifully. So more work on the album is done. Glad about that. On my way to the studio, I left early to take a quick trip down to Grapefruit to see if Simon was back at work. He wasn't there today, but Mike told me that he is doing some hours. If you don't know, Simon Joyner lost one of his kids. One of his sons died, and so he's in the process of grieving and recovering. But while I was there, they had a couple things. They always have more than a couple things, but I only bought two because, again, I'm trying to accomplish something here. So this just came out. Stereolab, Pulse of the Early Years, Switched On Volume 5. Love the band Stereolab. Seen them live 2 or 3 times. Got to hang out with Letitia Sadier and talk about krautrock. This is great. I like this quite a bit. It starts off really good with the Nurse with Wound collaboration tracks. I just really like this music and where it takes me, and that's something I was thinking about yesterday, about how I hear the music of my most immediate Black American roots all the time, literally every day, through my cousin next door. And just was just contemplating about what it is about a lot of American soul music and blues music, and why that's not where I want to live in my mind. And I don't, I don't. I just know I don't. I love my people and I love those songs, but I like where this takes me mentally. This kind of music. I like leaving my immediate situation here in Omaha mentally. So I got into some prog yesterday. Just, it'll be moods. And I still enjoy this music a lot. It's maybe in many ways the music of my adolescence, but I still enjoy it a lot. Atoll, Musiciens, Magiciens. I just really like it. I love that cover. The color scheme of it and the illustration. I love that cover. It's one of my favorites. It's a favorite cover. Played most of side one of this yesterday. Not prog, but it was on the. It was part of the pile that I decided I wanted to listen to. Sid Barrett, the Madcap Laughs. I really quite like this, and you know, members of Soft Machine are on some of the tracks on this. If you didn't know, love that cover and the story behind it. It was tragic for me on my birthday. What year that it was? Sid Barrett died on my birthday. But I really like this, and I'm not sure what else to say. It's no good trying. I like that. And of course, Golden Hair, but Terrapin and No Man's Land. I love you. Love this. I love it. I do. What's next? Well, no more, not prog. There's some more prog down here, but I was looking at something online and it sparked me to play this because I've been meaning to play this in a while. To get back to it, Billy Cobham Spectrum. What a debut album! This blazes still to this day. This shoots sparks when I play it. Jan Hammer, Tommy Bolin, the whole band, Billy Cobham, just fire. So glad I got to meet Tommy Bolin and talk to him and hang with him for a little while before he died. This is classic. Spectrum, it's one of the best. Okay, so here's another one of the prog albums that I pulled and played. Atlantide, and this is good. They start the album off by doing a Heart of the Sunrise ripoff by Yes. They do a version of that riff. That's how the album starts. But then, thankfully, they're able to take it and do something of their own with it. I used to have an original of this. But also besides the prog, I was in the A's section, so I pulled R Kane. Brothers, black people who helped to. They were at the beginning of shoegaze. They're one of the bands that helped to define what we call shoegaze. I do love to point that out about history, about almost everything cool that has happened. I mean, we're all one family, and I recognize the white blood in me, and I'm also Choctaw, Native American, as well as black, whatever tribe I don't wish I knew. But I love the fact that my people, black people, brown people, who are still to this day persecuted and scapegoated, we're part of the mix. Everything great that's happened, we were part of it, if not being the ones that made it happen. But all music is mine. I'm a planetary citizen. I can listen to what I want. All this music belongs to me. So here's one I pulled from my New Age section. It's not a section, but I have them in here. A fair amount of New Age that I bought years ago is gone already. This is a keeper. I pulled it thinking this might be going, but no, this is beautiful. David Arkenstone, Valley in the Clouds. He keeps this, there's only a little bit of this that is treacle. In other words, it's so safe that you could play it for somebody's grandmother who doesn't like music. But in general, it's grand and beautiful and expansive, like standing out in a wide open space. Like the title, Valley in the Clouds. Real good. Pulled this because this is just good. This is one of the most interesting new bands I've heard. Black Midi. Hellfire. Listen to almost all of this again. Interesting band. I was watching an old, I think it's KXP or something, a session that they did where they're playing live, and it's early, and they had 2 guitars at that time, and I don't know what happened to the other guitar player, but he was pretty good too. You know, Jordy Greep, the guy that's, you know, still like holding down the front. That other guitar player was really good too. But you know something, it's just one of those things. When you have so many people who are really good, there's tension. It's hard to keep it together. The other album I bought yesterday at Grapefruit was this used copy. It's strange how much I like this album. I've never owned a copy of it. The Residents commercial album, where they do 1-minute songs. All these songs are just 1 minute long, 40 songs, and I just someone left a comment on one of my old Residents videos recently that I erased because they were claiming that the Residents are pedophiles. You know, just because the Residents made that record called Baby Sex and they talk about the weirdness of America doesn't mean that they're pedophiles. And that's part of why I speak the way I do, because we have so many reactionary people in the world. Now, let me qualify this. I don't know the Residents personally. Maybe they are. But to just come out and say that, probably based on what they saw about the band, it just irks me, you know? It's irksome. And why are you telling me? Why leave that comment? For what purpose? Bullshit. Yeah, people's small-mindedness and is irksome. It doesn't insult me. It's irritating. This is something I bought months ago that's fairly new, because I saw the video for this where it's a person swimming in the nude. On the cover it looks like it's her. In the video it's a guy. But the way that they shoot it, for the longest time, you can't tell if it's a guy or a girl, which is kind of cool. The body is beautiful in the video, swimming. Ichiko Aoba. This is Windswept Adan. The music is kind of like haiku. That type of poetry. It's beautiful and minimal and beautiful. Beautiful and minimal. I love it. So that's the music down here that is... Oh, okay, I'll go ahead and show this because I played this again. So Porcupine Tree are out on tour now, so I'll be waiting probably till November to bug Richard to see if he has time. But I pulled this and played this some more. The new one, Closure Continuation. It's a goodie. It's a goodie. It grows on you. It grows on you. They knew what they were doing. This is good. It grows on you. This is very good. You know, I'll be thinking about who's watching me, and I know there's people who are into jazz, and I imagine that they want me to show jazz when I'm not playing jazz. But I hadn't played any jazz really this week, so there's really none to show you. Let me know how you're doing, people. I'm looking forward to my lecture Monday. I'm not nervous. It's the one part of my job that I miss, to be honest. When I ran groups and I taught certain subjects, I could get charged up. And I enjoyed the interaction with the live class. So I'm not intimidated by people and large groups of people. I like it, actually. So I'm looking forward to this. And we'll do some more preparation for that today, but that's Monday. Y'all have a good weekend. Love your family. Stephanie, I know you will be watching. Kareem, you probably too. Love you all.